Hi, Assalamualaikum guys. My name is Nur Amirah binti Rahmat. Metric number S51769, and my topic is pies and pastry. The specific topic is a Portuguese egg tart, or we call as pasty de nata. Pies and pastry. The basic ingredient for pie dough is flour, fat, liquid, and salt. There are two types of pie dough, which are flaky pie dough and mini pie dough. For flaky pie dough, the fat is cut or rubbed into the flour until the particles of shortening are about the size of peas or hazelnut. The flour not completely blended with the fat, and the fat is left in pieces. When water is added, the flours absorb the water and develop some gluten. For mini pie dough, the fat is blended into the flour more truly until the mixture looks like coarse cornmeal because of the flour is more coated with fat. For the pastry, puff pastry is rolled into like Danish and croissant dough. This means it's made up of many layers of fats, about over 1000 layers. The best parts of this fat pastry can rise 8 times its original thickness with no added of leavening agents. Introductions. Portuguese egg tart have a flaky crust pastry with a soft, sweet and custardy filling with blisters on top. This tart is puff pastry, filling with the pastry creams. The puff pastry is rolled in dough same as Danish and croissant dough, but no leavening agents such as yeast. Puff pastry consists of over 1000 layers of fat, and this step is difficult to prepare. Pastry cream is more stable product which contains starch thickener such as egg. History of Portuguese egg tart is from Lisbon, Portugal. Each for advice for the eating the Portuguese egg tart is eat fresh from the oven or at the same day making. Okay, untuk history Portuguese egg tart ni, dia sebenarnya daripada 300 tahun yang lalu, daripada Lisbon, Portugal, di mana di sana ada satu biara dan ada biarawati yang dulu tak ada deterjen. Biarawati tu menggunakan putih telur untuk starch dia punya baju, and then dia ada lebihan egg yolk, dan egg yolk tu pula digunakan untuk membuat resepi ini dan dijual untuk, dan duit dari hasil jualan itu digunakan untuk baiki biara tersebut. Okay, this is a Portuguese egg tart recipe. The ingredient for the dough is flour, salt, cold water and butter. And for the sugar syrup is sugar, water, cinnamon stick and lemon is like optional. And for the custard base is flour, salt, milk and egg yolk, and optional for the vanilla extract. And this recipe is used for 12 tarts. And the link at the below of the slide is the Portuguese tart making video. Okay, discussion on knowledge and skill. Okay, first is for the dough. Okay, mix all the ingredients except the butter in bowl with a wooden spoon. Okay, this will make the sticky dough, or we call as a water dough. Okay, on a clean surface, dust with the flour and knead the dough for a minute, then cover with plastic wrap and let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. Next, roll the dough into square, dust with flour, as necessary. The important part is spreading the butter on the dough. Spread 1/3 of the butter over 2/3 of square by leaving half inch edges border, and then flip the unbuttered sides over the middle of square and fold the opposite end over it like later. Then repeat the spread technique again for 2 times, and then transfer onto the link baking sheets and freeze until the butter is chilled about 10 minutes. Okay, after chill, the dough is rolled into a square and spread the remaining butter over the dough. The unbuttered edges is washed with the water. The dough is rolled into a log starting from the buttered edges. Then seal with the plastic wrap and refrigerate at least 2 hours. Much prefer for overnight. And then after overnight, we unwrap the dough and trim uneven on the end and cut for 12 even pieces using a knife, and then roll the dough by using the thumb or roller and place in a mold. And the second one is for the sugar syrups. Okay, so first combine sugar, 1/4 cups plus 1 tablespoon of water, cinnamon and lemon zest in the pot, and then boil over medium heat without stirring until syrup reach 210 to 215 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius, and then remove from the heat. And the third one is for the custard base. We have to whisk egg yolk into the cool milk, and the sugar syrups and vanilla extract, and then mix until uncombined. Strain custard into a glass measuring cup, and then we have to preheat the oven for 288 degrees Celsius and grease a 12 cup mold. Okay, fill each cup with 3/4 of the way with the custard, and bake the Portuguese tart in the preheat oven until the pastry is brown and bubbling, and the top start to blister and caramelize about 12 minutes, and then cool tart briefly and serve warm. Okay, next is for discussion on product produce. Okay, first we for the critical step in making the product, the mixing the dry ingredient is at low speed in a short time, prevent from the gluten development, and we have to chill the dough before rolling out and spread the butter again. And puff pastry is a fragile, so do not try to crumble the dough and roll it flat again. And we have to brush the excess flour on the pastry away before spreading the butter, and we have to filter the fillings to remove any lumps or possible foam from heating the custard, and we have to keep an eye on the tart in the last few minutes in baking. Okay, problems occurs and solution to its problem in making the product. Okay, the problem is puff pastry is a sticky dough, and the solution is you have to use plastic to wrap the dough, and then the problem is butter leak out when rolling out the dough, and then the solution is you have to chill the dough before rolling out into a rectangular sheet. And then the problem is puffing during baking and squeeze the tart custard. So the solution is you have not put the base of the pastry with the fork pastry. And then the problems is lump form while heating the corn flour, sugar and milk. So for the solution of this problem, you have to filter the custard filling before pouring into the mold. And then the problem is the collect of fillings, and the solution is you have to use the corn flour. Okay, so for the conclusions, the Portuguese egg tart must be baked in a very hot oven to get the signature burn mark to puff up the puff pastry. And puff pastry is a no added of leavening agents, but it can rise 8 times its original thickness when it's baked because of steam in the puff pastry dough created when the moisture in the dough layer is heated. The butter is preferred fat. The butter is preferred fat for rolling in because of its flavor and melt in the mouth quality rather than shortening. That's all for me. Thank you.